Very well. Just consider yourself lucky that you are not, at this moment, an artichoke.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best sitcom moms.
I'll let you in on a little secret if you promise to keep it to yourself.
What?
We never quite outgrow making mistakes.
For this list, we're ranking the most memorably supportive and amazing mother figures from the world of TV situation comedies. We'll be omitting animated moms and saving those heroes for another day. Who's your favorite sitcom mom? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. June Cleaver, Leave It to Beaver. The character of June Cleaver represents an old-school archetype.
Couldn't we watch TV first, Dad?
Do what your father tells you to.
It's the sort of perfection ideal that went part and parcel with this image of 1950s innocence. But this takes nothing away from June's capability as a mother. She's a literal superwoman, able to raise a family while also keeping up appearances to the standards of the day.
Wally, I'm sorry.
Gee, Mom, what for?
Oh, for trying to run interference for you.
These included, but were not limited to, keeping the house clean, having dinner ready, and making sure those pearls are perfectly symmetrical at the end of the day. It may seem like a patriarchal relic to say such things today, but June Cleaver, alongside comparable sitcom moms like Donna Stone and Harriet Nelson, served as images of perfection for this bygone era of televised motherhood.
Well, Beaver, today girls can be doctors and lawyers, too, you know. They're just as ambitious as boys are.
Number 9. Dr. Rainbow Johnson, Blackish. The generation gap between our 10th and 9th entries could not be wider or more profound.
Why is Skid Row in my house?
Dr. Rainbow Johnson represents a more modern ideal of motherhood. This is a mother who desires very much to play a central role in her children's upbringing, but is also a career woman who shares the breadwinning status with her husband.
It's gonna be a jammy jam.
No.
What?
No, and don't you ever say jammy jam again.
Jammy jam?
No.
Jammy
Stop
jam?
it.
Bo and Dre are a team and wish to combine suburban comfort together with knowledge about the African-American experience to their children. As a result, Dr. Johnson is a great example of how TV mothers are depicted today. It's not better than the aforementioned June Cleaver ideal or worse. It's just different.
You'll be smiling and smiling and laughing.
Number 8. Marion Cunningham, Happy Days. The character of Marion Cunningham is an interesting one. A 1950s throwback appearing on a show that debuted during an era of social change.
Well, don't you want to watch Jack Parr? Well, what do you want to do?
The fact that Happy Days was made in the 70s makes Marion's character, as a result, feel quaint. The writers seem to know this, and included episodes where Marion, aka Mrs. C, sought to break free from her domestic life in search of a little freedom.
I just wanted to know that I was appreciated, and I can see by all this fuss that I am.
Overall, however, what defines Mrs. C is heart. She's a loyal wife and mother, but with feminist ideas of her own. Marion never feels subservient to Howard Cunningham, and the pair takes joy in raising a family together. Marion Ross also played the character with superb comic timing, making Mrs. C something of an OG cool mom.
Fonzie, sit on it.
Number 7. Anne Romano, One Day at a Time. The Brady Bunch creator Sherwood Schwartz was notably prevented by network execs from having his sitcom mom Carol Brady be divorced from her husband. This wasn't the case only 6 years later with Anne Romano and One Day at a Time.
So I played it very big. Took back my maiden name. Annie Romano, liberated woman, master of her fate.
A lot was changing with regards to progressive social and cultural attitudes. And Anne represents how the idea of a traditional family dynamic was changing along the way. Anne is a single mother, working to provide for her 2 daughters, and it's the 1970s setting that enables One Day at a Time to tell this story in an engaging way.
Now, I'm 18 years old, and you know I've been thinking about moving out.
Since you were 4.
Anne's situation, as well as those of Penelope and Lydia in the remake, also don't shy away from incorporating compelling drama.
Stick with me, huh? We'll make it. I promise.
Number 6. Sophia Petrillo, The Golden Girls. It speaks volumes that the character of Sophia Petrillo didn't only appear on The Golden Girls, but on no less than 4 other sitcoms.
Every time he looked at you, he had that little twinkle. Nathan twinkled at everyone. He had a glass eye.
The lesson here may be to never underestimate the power of sass, but we'd argue that Sophia is more than just witty one-liners. The character's history is colorful, with tales about jilted lovers, a large Sicilian family, and even potential mob ties.
And 5 minutes later, he ran out at top speed.
And did you ever think of asking him why he was running?
No, the man is taking diuretics for a prostate problem. His whole life is a 50-yard dash.
Regardless of how much of this is true, Sophia remains a guiding force in the life of her daughter Dorothy. Her relationships with Blanche and Rose also showcase how well-intentioned and wise Sophia can be to those in her inner circle. We wouldn't want to mess with Sophia or get on her bad side, but we love her all the same.
Your heart's in the right place, Rose, but I don't know where the hell your brain is.
Number 5. Florida Evans, Good Times. The television programming of producer Norman Lear is legendary for deftly combining social commentary with comedy.
A happy person is supposed to smile, so come on, woman, smile.
All right, I'll smile.
Good Times was one of Lear's most beloved hits, spinning off of Maude, which was spun off of All in the Family. Florida Evans was the matriarch of the show and did not pretend for a moment that things were easy.
What? Oh, no.
So many sitcom moms provide us the illusion that everything's okay, but the Evans are struggling to make ends meet while attempting to provide a better life for their children. Florida, throughout it all, is loving and compassionate. She's strong and resilient, too, a rock for her family that celebrates both good times and bad with everyone close to her. Florida is truly one of a kind.
Well, I had a good time tonight, and I'm going out again as soon as I get a chance. And if you don't like it, tough chicklins.
Number 4. Morticia Addams, The Addams Family. There was no shortage of supernatural families in the 1960s. Samantha Stevens from Bewitched was a mother to her own witchy daughter early on in that series, while Morticia Addams served as the matriarch of her own altogether ooky clan.
Now, let me see your hands. Oh, excellent, Pugsley. The nails are nice and clean and sharp. And you did very well, too, Wednesday, darling.
Her love for husband Gomez is matched only by how she cares for her children. And Morticia keeps it all together, while always looking darkly stylish.
Hello, Wednesday, darling. Welcome home. Did you enjoy school?
She's a woman of the world, Salem, Massachusetts to be exact, and is fluent in the language of love. Morticia is also talented in the garden, and always even-tempered, able to keep all of the Addams Family chaos in check.
Grimm's Fairy Tales. What a lovely name, Grimm. How could he write such terrible stories?
Number 3. Edith Bunker, All in the Family. The character of Edith Bunker was another brilliant example of Norman Lear's sitcom gold.
I'm talking about the fair fight we're gonna have.
We ain't gonna have no fight.
Yeah, we are.
Jean Stapleton won multiple Emmys and Golden Globe Awards for her portrayal of Edith during the run of All in the Family, a character that couldn't have been further from the actress's own beliefs. Stapleton, a noted feminist, played Edith as a woman of two worlds.
Olden days, lots of men wore purses.
Like who?
Well, like Robin Hood.
One, that of Mrs. Bunker, is largely left in the shadow of her husband Archie's loud and confrontational demeanor. The other is that of an emotional rock and confidant. Put simply, the Bunker family relies upon Edith in order to thrive. She tempers Archie's negative nature with sweetness and a kind heart, but she's also able to stifle him, should the need arise.
I'm just trying to show you something.
Stifle!
Number 2. Claire Huxtable, The Cosby Show. Claire Huxtable is an important character when it comes to the world of 1980s sitcom mothers.
It doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
This was a lawyer who was married to a doctor who was raising a family without much financial worry. However, this doesn't make her job as a mother easy. Claire always finds time to become emotionally involved with her family, while simultaneously bringing home the bacon.
Don't patronize me.
The character is not only a response to the June Cleaver archetype we mentioned earlier, but also a mirror image to the struggles of a Florida Evans. The Cosby Show never presents Cliff and Claire's career success as an outlier, but instead normalizes it with regards to African American representation on television. It also does this while presenting Claire as someone dynamic and fully actualized. Before we name our #1 mom, here are some awesome honorable mentions. Kitty Foreman, That 70s Show. More than capable of giving Red what for.
Well, you're damn right. Just try and stop me.
Vivian Banks, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Wife, mother, aunt.
You're gonna vacuum in that?
No, I'm gonna dance.
Margaret Peggy Bundy, Married with Children. That redhead from Wanker County.
Men are such idiots, and I married their king.
Bonnie Plunkett, Mom. Allison Janney owned this role.
How's your little boss?
Oh, I broke his leg and his nose.
Admit it. It felt pretty good, didn't it?
No. A little bit.
Elise Keaton, Family Ties. A hippie mom for the ages.
I was seized by an uncontrollable impulse. Can't you understand?
No.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. #1. Carol Brady, The Brady Bunch. There's a lot that goes into raising a family of 1, never mind 6.
Don't say a word.
Carol Martin had 3 girls of her own before she married Mike Brady and inherited his 3 boys. That said, Carol is among the most understanding and empathetic of all sitcom mothers.
Maybe there's a simple explanation for this.
There is. He took it.
Or maybe you put her down someplace.
Her character feels like the kind of woman that always seems available and open to anything her kids have to say, and that's so important. Carol's relationship with Mike is also playful and romantic, representing the more permissive attitudes towards sexuality that helped define the 1960s and 70s. Carol Brady wears a lot of hats, but she does so with grace, wit, and eternal charm.
Whatever we do, we're gonna go through it together.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.